Good evening. Yes, I know this is Sunday night, but I have an appointment at 6 o'clock in the morning and I need to drive to it. So I have to leave out of here pretty early. And rather than sending you a video at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, I decided I'd do it Sunday night. And I also even wore a different shirt so you'd know that I had more than my MDL shirt. Uh, I really like that shirt and it's comfortable and advertises who I work for. So, anyway, we are in the process of getting ready to start week 4 on Tuesday. As you're wrapping up week 3, I have 2 items I want to remind you about. Number 1 is that some of you need to go back and fill in your content report. Some have missing 1 or 2 weeks, some have 3 weeks missing. And secondly, on the blogs, you have the responsibility to write a blog, but you also have the responsibility to respond to 2 peers on on the blogs of 2 peers. If I can get all those words out straight. So that's what you need to be thinking about as you wrap that up, and you ignore the thing about ecology frame. So, week 4, great week. Something to think through as we read the chapters 4 to 7 in Myers. And then our assignment is to develop this 3-column paper. You're to list 10 rooms: sanctuary, pastor's office, boardroom, sanctuary, in the first column. In the second column, you're to list the kinds of belonging that might happen in that setting. For instance, in my office when I was serving as a pastor, I would have people who would just stick their head in the door and say, "Hi, Pastor, how are you today?" and go on their way to whatever their responsibility was. I had salesmen who would come. I had counseling that occurred. So from those 3 examples, I can tell you I had very much personal counseling, sometimes intimate counseling. So I would put down from pastor's office, intimate, personal. The person who said social, or said hi, I'd put social. And for the salesman, I'd put public. All 4 of those regularly took place in my office. Similarly, in church, I don't know about you, I like to arrive to church a little early so I can do some public welcoming of other people there. Sometimes I get involved in a personal conversation. I don't really enjoy it, but in the middle of our service, we have a shake your hand of a neighbor or two. Very social. It's not in depth. You don't really talk to the person. It's just superficial, social. But there are also times that people come for prayer and counsel. And so in the sanctuary, I'd say there's personal, there's public, there's social, there's personal, and sometimes there's intimate. The kinds of belonging, that has an S, and so that you see it, it's in red letters. Think that one through. So that's column 2. And then column 3 is to explain briefly how those layers of belonging would occur in each of those settings. So I want you to think broadly. I want you to think deeply. A room is used differently if the men's Bible study meets in the kitchen from what it is used when people gather to prepare a meal for a party. Think through those differences, okay? Very few rooms in a church are exclusively used for one purpose. So that's the assignment. And then the discussion board is really an important one. And in some ways I don't like it, but in other ways I really like it. The gist of what you're going to be talking about is What level of belonging do you think the Moody Distance Learning class is? And then what could be done to move it to a deeper level? And would moving it to a deeper level be beneficial, or would it be just one more thing that you have to do to complete your responsibilities for a given course? Think that through carefully. It's easy to give answers and not think about the unintended consequences of such a thing. For instance, well, I haven't really counted how many different time zones I have students in, but I know that I have students in all 4 time zones in the United States, and I have students in other countries, so you can see the complexity of time. So, you have a great week, and God's blessings upon you as you seek to learn the dynamics of culture in your own life and in the life of your community and church. God bless you.